Hey, hey. What's up, big
And we are possibly live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gym in the Crypto episode 1307. And today is Monday, March 10th, 2025. And I'm King, hopefully here to bridge the gap between the community and crypto every day, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. ish. And I am having some serious technical difficulties. Today is telling me that I am not live on YouTube. I'm not sure if that's true or not. So I'm going to pretend like I am and keep it rolling. And I'm sure the chat will let me know here in a second. I got my YouTube loaded up. Let me know in the chat. Am I live? Am I live? Last 10 minutes. It keeps telling me it's not working, but I think it actually is working. Okay, it looks like the YouTube is working. I don't know what's going on today. I take one day off and all my tech goes crazy. I don't know what's going on. Pardon the delay. All right, top stories of the day. Crypto ETFs, or excuse me, crypto ETPs see fourth straight week of outflows totaling $876 million, says CoinShares. U.S. Bitcoin reserve prompts 370 million in ETF outflows, says Farside. Bitcoin investors share mixed reactions to White House crypto summit. David Sachs pushes back against the idea of crypto transaction tax, and crypto firms spent 134 million on 2024 elections, U.S. elections, raising influence concerns. I was going to say I question who those concerns are being raised with. I think I already know which politicians those concerns are being raised with. But first and foremost, let's go ahead and take a quick look at these prices. And excuse me if it is coming up weird today. I'm not sure what's going on with the live streaming app, but hopefully it sets itself out, sorts itself out in a moment. All right. Oh man, it's looking crazy today. Bloody Monday. Bitcoin is at $80,313. 313 down 3.57%. Ethereum's at $2,044, down 3.19%. And that's right, folks. Hey, nah. I'm gonna have to put that one on the soundboard. Nah. Hey. Goodbye. Hey, we're gonna be singing and waving the Ethereum here soon. I mean, look, I'm going to be real. I'm not doing this to be happy. I want them to figure out their efficiency, figure out the gas. Now they're talking about you might have to have it's just hardware issues, it's not software. They're blaming it on scammers. There's all types of stuff going on, hackers or whatever. There's all types of stuff going on. The bottom line is nah. Who used to play Madden back in the day? Early 2000s Madden. What you doing into the fourth quarter when you know it's over with? You hit that last kickoff? Nah. Hey. All right. Number 4, XRP, $2.11, down 3.3%. Number 5, BNB, $552, down 2.99%. Number 6, Solana, $122, down 7.6%. Number 9, Cardano, 70 cent, down 7.9%. Number 10, Tron at 23 cent, down 3.38%. And the Fear and Greed Index, shame on these weak hands. The Fear and Greed Index is at a 17. This is how you know we are still early, and there are a lot of people who do not know what they're doing in this space. The Fear and Greed Index should definitely be at, I would say, easy 64, 68 right now. I mean, okay, I get it, a little shake, but 68, 72. I mean, Bitcoin was just at 108,000. Yeah, we knew the retracement was coming. Let's say we called it a little too early, too late versus where you're looking at. I thought it would happen around 140, 160, though there has been a lot of human intervention. I don't think this is the official retracement either. But I mean, 17, that is crazy. And whoa, would you look at this, folks? Hey, hey, listen, what did I say? Didn't I say they were going to get rid of the Ethereum ticker soon? Who at CoinMarketCap watches this show? Can I at least get my just dues? I mean, I called this one at least 3 or 4 weeks ago. Easy. I was like, I don't even work at what is this, CoinMarketCap? Like, I called it so long ago. I was like, you're gonna have to either get rid of the Ethereum dominance or you're gonna have to add other Ethereum or other altcoin dominance. There is an altcoin season ticker now. Holy smokes, that is hilarious. I mean, boom, just like that. So this highlights and illustrates furthermore my points of this top 10 or this Bitcoin reserve and this crypto reserve, and they're just essentially throwing the top 10 or some of the top 10 tokens in it. I'm like, it's going to change. And when it does change, you're going to be looking crazy to have some of these tokens like Dogecoin ETFs or ETPs and Cardano securities or whatever. Like you're gonna look absolutely crazy. But this is amazing. Do I need to zoom my page out? Is it me? Is it me thing? Let me make sure I'm zooming my page. I know if you zoom your page in or out different, they show you different things. But no, I think this is here to stay. There is no more Ethereum tracker. There's an altcoin. Oh my goodness. Oh man, who owns Coin Market Cap? Does any Ethereum maxis have any stakes in Coin Market Cap? Because I'm going to assume yes today. Holy smokes, folks. Here we go. Ethereum 9.3%. It still got the dominance. It's on the headline though. It doesn't show the actual illustration. Yeah, like I said, nah. Hey, it's been good, Ethereum. You had a great run. You did a great job. You know, Vitalik owned the world for a moment. You had Russia and the US feuding over this guy. And that's what it is. That's what it was. It was a great story in crypto history. Unless it's upgrades, which it doesn't look like it's doing right now. We'll see what happens next. But Ethereum is the displacement is happening. It is happening. It's been a great run. It was a great run, Ethereum. Hey, y'all want you, I'm gonna do it for y'all. Reach back there, pat yourselves on the back. As many have said, though, I think the argument could be officially over as well, as far as Ethereum being more superior to Bitcoin or any of these other things that people say. I think that's over with. But again, let's go ahead and give Ethereum a round of applause. Today, we're not going to officially bury it today, but this is the hospice. We are saying, it's been a bumpy ride, and it's almost over.
And it's gone.
And that's how it happens in crypto. All right, top story. Well, first, before the top story of the day, I'm going crazy. Let me give some shout outs to the Warriors in the chat. What up, though, Warriors? Shout out to you all. The restream chat is still going crazy. What's going on with everything? We get on a roll and this starts going crazy. BK Crypto, what up, though? Magnolia Pelican, Bergtown Music Group, Jump Out Girl, Saber Saves, Price Cobbs, Jerome Jones, Hidden Gangster. Let's see. Wisdom Bars, El Denim L, Junior Maylee, Infinite Blink, JD Vincent, Satoshi Slim. Good morning, more Jake Fever. Fear and Greed at 17 is insane at 80K. Who are you telling, Jake? Like, I mean, this feels like a Bitcoin high, but it's still a discount as well. So is this one of those things where it's like people are absolutely going crazy for this Fear and Greed index to be that low? But top story of the day. I mean, look, some of these stories, like, I mean, essentially are being rehashed. Like I said, I want to be clear about the price of Bitcoin. Even if this is the start of a bear market, which I do not believe it is, I don't think we have anything to fear. I think this is the institutional market doing two things right now. They're doing two things. They're stress testing the market because, again, with BlackRock, they just switched that Bitcoin ETF to like a new $150 billion portfolio. They haven't used that yet. So right now, they're just stress testing the market. How much can we buy, sell, withdraw, revolve, rotate, pivot, rebalance, whatever you want to do, right? Without actually destroying it, right? How low can we get it? When can we do it? How fast does it take to rebuild? I think they're really just stress testing the market. That's the first thing. And then second thing, in the background of that, I think there is a little bit of a economic pushback to and see, I'm trying to word this the right way. Not that Trump's been doing a bad job with the crypto market. To me, he's been doing a great job. But some of these CEOs and corporate folks, you got to remember, it's never enough. There's always more juice to squeeze with these folks. Every quarter, they have new shareholders. Tax season is right now. Not only that, March is over. We're talking about the second quarter beginning and all this plan start. So whatever numbers they just put up in first quarter doesn't matter for most of these folks because this is how it works, right? This is how their board thinks, especially if they're a publicly traded company, so on and so forth. So it gets super convoluted. So they want to win every week. I just told you a week or so ago when Trump actually pushed out, hey, we're going to be doing the official Bitcoin reserve and the crypto reserve. I was like, hey, a part of me thinks that he's starting to get a tap on his shoulder from a lot of the people who propped up the presidential election as far as the investments to make sure he will win, the financial, all that good stuff. And it's crazy that the day that these stories are coming out and the market is in this type of shape that it's in, you also see a story talking about the injection of crypto capital into the election market here in the United States. So it's kind of crazy these stories happening all at the same time. But to my analysis, what I'm looking at, what I'm thinking a couple of weeks ago, the reason why he even said anything about this crypto fund or crypto reserve, Bitcoin reserve was to pump the market back up after it started sliding again. BlackRock's trying to pump the market by rotating funds into new portfolios and everything. The bottom line is this market has been propped up the last year or so by institutions, and they're starting to realize how tough it is. Like, you, granted, yeah, you want to buy and hold to a certain degree, but they're trying to do it like they're doing the housing market right now, like single family homes, where BlackRock are saying, "Wait, we're going to own every apartment complex and every single family home in the U.S." And it's like, yeah, but if everyone's renting at like $5,000 to $6,000 a pop, it's like it's going to collapse on itself. So it's the same thing. They're buying all the Bitcoin, they're doing it one for one for the ETPs, ETFs, futures, blah, 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 blah. But they're not actually, again, adding value to the ecosystem. They're not actually building on ramps or ways for you to spend it or ways for you to do this, that, and the other. They're just hoarding it and trying to manipulate it. So I say all that to say, I think a big part of this dip right now has to do with President Trump and this crypto summit. These CEOs not hearing exactly what they wanted to hear, right? Not to the T. Like, yes, we're going to add this today. We're going to do this. We're going to buy this. They weren't hearing what they wanted to hear. So in response, they decided to start to crash the market essentially. Well, fine. If you're not going to do it at this time frame and the way we wanted to, then we can make money other directions and we can do this. So to me, this is like an economic protest from some of these billionaires and CEOs of these crypto companies back to Trump. Now, to be fair, he can't push it all through right now because it would be super idiotic, right? It wouldn't make sense as far as pushing the Dogecoin or was the Aptos ETP or whatever else they wanted. It wouldn't make sense. But again, I think this is why you're starting to see these companies buck back a little bit because they were hoping to get their bags bought as well. They're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. We thought the United States government were going to buy our bags. We're going to make our billionaires even higher billionaires. Our multimillionaires who's going to be 100 millionaires, right? We thought the government, Uncle Sam, were going to buy our bags right now. And maybe they are, right? Maybe with Trump's like, yo, calm down. We're going to buy it. But bro, it's been 3 weeks. It's been a couple of months or whatever. And these companies are pushing back saying like, no, we don't like to wait. We don't want to wait. We want our money now. They don't, you remember these same people who are buying Bitcoin right now, especially you look at the Black Rocks, it's not like they actually believe in it or they want the technology or anything like that. No, they're here with the legacy and traditional technology, legacy and traditional banks, right? They're getting their money from banks. Wall Street has been great to them. This whole debt asset sheet, all this stuff works. They don't need or want this. It's just one of those things where it's getting too big to ignore and not make money off of if it's just going to be like a layup, right? So those are some of the things that remain clear. Like they want their bags to be bought by Uncle Sam. The moment Uncle Sam does it, they're going to act like a child and be like, well, fine, I'm taking my ball and going home, selling, rebalancing, and pivoting out of it. So set the standard or just set the scene. I think that's what's going on today. Crypto ETFs, ETPs see fourth straight week of outflows totaling $876 million as coin shares. I want to kind of say something again. All these portfolios that are having these outflows, they're going to say things like traders, and they're trying to make it seem like it's retail traders. It is not retail traders moving the market like this, folks. You are talking about, once again, a few portfolios, a few wealth management, investment firms, banks, things of this sort, big companies, big exchanges, big portfolios making moves on behalf of the masses. Now, yes, technically that is trading, so that you can consider them traders, but they're making it seem like, well, this is the retail market making these trades. It's like this definitely is not the retail market doing this. But with cumulative outflows reaching 4.75 billion over the past 4 weeks, the year-to-date inflows have dropped to $2.6 billion according to CoinShares. And again, you start talking ETPs, ETFs, futures, all those people on that traditional side have already set records and made their money. Think about the Bitcoin ETF. The people who launched that BlackRock, they've already set like historical records as far as ETFs, how much money you can make, liquidity. Like they set all types of records in the financial books already. They can ride off into the sunset, write books, do speaking engagements. I don't know, go work for the treasury, right? They can do that with 1 year doing this Bitcoin ETF. So when you look at ETPs, ETFs, and everything, they've already won and made a lot of the people money on the traditional side. So even if they were to actually sell everything out right now, or we see all these straight weeks of losses, they've won on their side, right? They've essentially are selling the $108,000 bag, and now we're seeing Bitcoin go back to 80K, but they are doing okay. After posting record weekly outflows of 2.9 billion last week, crypto ETPs continue their downward trend, bringing the 4-week total outflows to 4.75 billion. CoinShares reported on March 10th. While the pace of the outflow slowed, investor sentiment remained bearish, according to James Butterfield, head of research at CoinShares. It suggested that the market has shown signs of capitulation. Looks like the ETPs were the primary driver of outflows, again, accounting for $756 million or 85% of last week's total. You're seeing that being realized in the market today on Monday or whatever. They're saying this is one of the biggest drops since December of 2024. All good. Like I said, we don't have to go into detail about this. Whether it's going to be ETPs and we'll be talking about here soon, ETFs and stuff. It's a couple of companies rotating all their portfolios for everybody. Let's see. Fidelity Investments saw the largest outflows last week at $201 million. My point exactly. So one company, Fidelity, saw $201 million, bring their year-to-date outflows to $159 million. BlackRock's iShares ETF were the second largest loser for weekly outflows amounting to $193 million. So again, just two companies. You're looking at what's that? 394 million with just two companies. And this thing said what of the last week? 876. So again, 50% of that could be attributed to two companies if you really were to break the numbers down and all that other stuff. That's why I say it's like these stories are non-starters. If anything, I do think those companies like Fidelity are working with BlackRock. They are stress testing the market. How much can we buy up at once? How much can we sell? How can we make this legal? How long is the legislation process to get a new asset listed, right? Bitcoin, that was a little bit easier than an Ethereum or Aptos or anything else. That will take a longer amount of time. So again, I think this is just stress test. This is nothing but a stress test to see how the market reacts. How long it's going to last, who knows? That's up to them because this is the institutional side. But again, from our side, we're still seeing that same 10 to 15% swing. Not much has changed. Another, if you were to add 15% to this 80K Bitcoin price, we'd be right back kind of where we need to be without the institutions right now. So again, they are accounting for, I would say, a solid 15% now. It's happening, but no big deal because I think they're just going to revolving door. Take some capital out, put it in some other markets, and come back and play the crypto game when it's time for a nice squeeze. You can see here, U.S. Bitcoin Reserve prompts $370 million in ETF outflows, says Farside, saying traders had a largely negative response to U.S. President Trump's announcement. Bitcoin ETFs saw nearly $370 million worth of net outflows on March 7th as investors reacted to President Trump's plan for U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve. This was after the March 6th executive order, which created a national Bitcoin reserve, but didn't instruct the government to buy Bitcoin, which disappointed some traders. Again, when you're looking at the traders being Fidelity, the traders being BlackRock, then yes, it is disappointing them because they're probably making promises and they're probably on timelines as well, saying, hey, I guarantee the government's going to buy 50 million on the first day, at least 100 million here, or whatever else, or whatever. I'll tell you one thing for sure. If anyone starts getting pneumonia, heart attacks, or helicopter crashes happen in the next week or two, we know for a fact something bad is going on in the background. While Trump's executive order acknowledges crypto's role in global finance, the lack of fresh purchases disappointed markets. Alvin Can, CEO of BitGet Wallet, told Cointelegraph. He kind of lays it out there. But again, kind of like what I said, I think a lot of people are hoping and expecting things to happen day of, like every day it'd be a new home run. When in reality, again, you're looking at the value of the market. The value of the market is there. Everything is good. There seems to be a clear way of regulation, which is less is more, innovation first, which is what it should have been the last few years or whatever. So as far as the value keeps going up. There's just like I said, Fidelity and BlackRock are being PO'd right now because the government isn't buying their bags, and now they're sitting on 400 million here, 500 million Bitcoin crypto purchase orders there, and they're like, what do we do with all this? We can't use it. People aren't spending it. People just want to hold it until the next person buys it. Us, those institutions being the next person, are now hoping the banks turn into the next person after that. All right, what else do we have going on? Bitcoin investors share mixed reactions to the White House Crypto Summit. It looks like institutional crypto investors tended to view the White House Crypto Summit more favorably than retail traders and Bitcoin maximalists. You don't say. I think many of us already knew what it was and what it was going to be. Like I said, they're inviting essentially the same people who tried to fork off Bitcoin and turn it into a corporate coin years ago. They invited those same people. So I would expect that same rhetoric. But the Bitcoin community voiced mixed reactions to the March 7th White House Crypto Summit, with some investors characterizing it as a historic day for Bitcoin, which I would say it was, and crypto, while others called the event underwhelming. Most of these big time events are underwhelming. Crypto trader Miles Ducher said the event was a massive net positive for Bitcoin, despite the mixed reactions. I would say, no, it is good. You're in the White House. You are talking crypto. It's probably underwhelming because, especially you look at the maximalist side, they're looking for like real change, real talk, more of the deep dives. And the bottom line is, especially at the White House, the knowledge isn't there yet, right? You don't have like just subject matter experts in all these things, and nor do they need to be because they're representing most of the majority of the public who are even further away from a subject matter expert themselves. So they have this broad kind of, I guess we heard of virtual currency, right? That's what they're still considering as it alone uh, stance on it, knowledge of it. So I'm sure Maximums are like, hey, there wasn't like a real talk about efficiency of this, reserve this, tokenomics that. Like they were just talking about broad things of we're welcoming it, we're accepting it, we're shaping regulations, more talking points. So I can understand for people who want answers how that can be frustrating. And then again, for these banks and things who want the White House to actually start buying, I understand where they're coming from as well. But I do think we've already done a lot of stuff as far as the United States moving forward with crypto. This is a great time to recognize it being recognized by the White House, that is cryptocurrency as a whole. But it is time for us to pump our brakes to make sure we're not about to do something that's not necessarily going to crash the market, but could crash ancillary markets, right? So maybe it won't crash the crypto or the Bitcoin market, but it could mess up, I don't know, gold somehow, right? Not necessarily gold, but cash for sure, depending on how it's being used and how it's being used as a reserve. We start using Bitcoin and crypto as a reserve, and then we're saying, hey, this is going to take up half of our cash and the dollar to $5 of Cardano, and then Cardano crashes. I think we all see the issue at play there. So you do want to take a little bit more baby steps now that we're getting on a national level. And of course, we're going to shape a lot of what the world does next. I understand how we need to slow down a little bit, but right now, the traders and investors, as they call them, BlackRock, Fidelity, and the like, they're saying, no, we want more and we want it now. So we'll see how the White House reacts, right? This week, the fear and greed index is the lowest it's been since, I mean, a year at least or something like that. We will see how the White House responds this week. I think we'll hear something come from them by the end of the week, Bitcoin or crypto related, because again, I think he's getting that tap on the shoulder himself. That is President Trump when it comes to this market. All right, David Sachs is in the news. David Sachs pushes back against the idea of crypto transaction tax. The Trump administration is currently exploring proposals for major tax, crypto, and administrative reform in the U.S. Again, one of the things I was saying is, you know, if you, especially if you're having like a great year in Bitcoin or crypto, and then you pay like this huge tax burden on it, and then 4 months or 3 months from then you come to find out, oh, you don't have to do this anymore. You didn't have to do it then because this was something the last administration said. We just haven't gotten around to it, even though we're working on it, right? White House and crypto czar, and and AI czar, is that, was it say AI? White House crypto and AI czar David Sachs rejected the idea of taxes on each cryptocurrency transaction as a method of fouling or filling the U.S. Bitcoin strategic reserve and crypto stockpile with digital assets. Now, what is curious to me is it just going to be for the Bitcoin reserve they're pushing back, or on all taxes? Because that's kind of been the way they've already been moving as far as swaps and stuff, or trades as they're calling it, with the different assets already. But during a recent appearance on the All In podcast, host Jason Calacanis proposed charging a 0.01% tax on every crypto transaction, which will be denominated in the asset that is transferred, bought, or sold. This is one of those people, whoever Jason Calacanis, I almost want to look him up. I guarantee you, I won't say new because at this point, crypto's been around for a while, but this is definitely some like 2021, 2022 rhetoric right here. And what I mean is, only a person who has essentially made their money somewhere else and segued themselves and grifted on over to Bitcoin and crypto would suggest a tax on every transaction, right? Because the people who actually dug down and made capital here or made whatever their crypto in this space, they know that was like a crazy, like you do so many transactions in this space. You do so many transactions. So to even like suggest this, it goes against the ethos of like just decentralization, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, even. Like to me, this says noob all over it. Though I know a lot of these people aren't new, as far as like the last couple of years. That's why I said the rhetoric is probably someone from like 21, 22 or something. The last hype cycle, essentially. This is a hype cycle rhetoric. Good job, Sachs. Responded, that's how taxes always start. That's always how taxes start. They are described as being very modest. When the income tax started, it only applied to like 1,000 Americans, and the legislators swore up and down that it would never be applied to middle class people. I don't particularly like the idea of new taxes, even if it's promised that they won't affect people very much. That sounds burdensome to me. Sachs continued. Shout out to Sachs. Why is the crypto czar telling a podcast host no to taxes? Goodness gracious. Like, that boot tastes good. I hope they were just saying this. I'm reading this out of context and they were just kind of prompting or posing the question. But I'm glad to see this answer by David Sachs. But on the real, regardless of what David Sachs answers, he also has bosses. I'm sure he'll get the tap on the shoulder, if not Trump as well, where it'll be like, okay, you guys have done a lot. You're going crazy. Leave the taxes alone, right? Leave the IRS alone. This is the last organization in the government that hasn't really been touched. Again, he pushed off those 80,000 new hires, but he hasn't really went into the IRS and done anything different as of now. So it being tax season, a lot of cryptocurrencies on the minds of a lot of folks. Maybe not this year, but especially next year. Again, Trump made a lot of money on his meme coin, folks, or a lot of his friends made a lot of money. I know he's doing that Wolf of Wall Street. You got those rat holes everywhere. But regardless, the IRS will be getting a magnifying glass from his administration. I just want to know how, when, how it's going to happen and when it's going to happen, right? But right now, David Sachs is pushing back against it. I like this. I like the rhetoric. I like that he is pushing back. I don't know how long he can push back or how much power he will have to push back from the IRS. But as of now, they're saying no to this taxes, no to every transaction, and no to using crypto as a tax method to pay for the Bitcoin reserve or crypto reserve specifically. All great news. And last but not least, a lot of that news is probably because of, like I said, this story. Crypto firms spent a whopping $134 million on the 2024 US elections, raising influence concerns. I don't know about influence concerns, but I can tell you what, if it's 134 million in 2024, the next election, easy $350 million. Easy. You can triple that because a lot of those, like a lot of the companies were already were already constrained, already had litigation issues where they're paying law firms tons of money. We're already paying the SEC tons of money for their extortive efforts, and they still managed to pull together $134 million last year. So I'm telling you now, the way this administration has opened up the market, the way the market since the election has what I would say now it's back to 80K, but we did get up to 108,000. Some people did sell, some people made a lot of capital on that. These companies are in a lot better shape and they're ready and gearing up and getting ready for the next one already. So I think you'll see a times two, times three easy next election. But again, it looks like according to a report by the Center for Political Accountability, they're chasing down the numbers. That's right. They're pocket watching. They're saying the growing connection of crypto firms with U.S. politics is raising newfound concerns for regulators, investors, in the wider financial system, according to that report. What I don't understand, they're calling it here unchecked political spending. I don't understand why is being presented this way when once again, this is brand new, right? Last election, maybe, not the very last one, but 2020, maybe, but even still wasn't like a drop in the bucket. This is the first time you've seen this type of crypto spending. So I'm not even going to go into the details of the story. That the title is the story itself. The headline is the story. You get it. They're about to go after crypto donations and elections. But the bottom line is that it's brand new, and before crypto donations, you had cash or money donations or donations from banks and things of the same of the sort, but just using a different metric of value. Before that, you had people giving cows and goats and daughters and sons and fighters and warriors. Has always been a method of barter. It won't stop. So I get it, way to shape a narrative, stoke the FUD, stoke the fear, get people talking. But the bottom line is that yes, Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. Capitulation is happening where it once used to be cash, it will now be Bitcoin and crypto. So you all need to figure out, I guess, who's allowed to get it, when, and how. But the bottom line is this is why Bitcoin and crypto is here. Because while they're trying to figure out a way to regulate this, you have to ask yourself, what are you really regulating? First, you say you want a democratic process, which means, hey, whoever everybody likes as the leader, they vote for, they become the leader. Now, one of the ways people can vote and say, hey, I want this person to be the leader is to give them their resources and say, I'll do whatever you want. I'll volunteer. I give you my time. You allow people to volunteer all day, but you don't allow them to give them their money, but you do allow them to give them their money, cash from banks and everything else. But now you're saying you can't do it for crypto. Again, this is all the restrictions. This is all the reasons Bitcoin is here to stay. Because I think moving forward, a lot of people are getting tired of hearing, like, yeah, we're democratic, we're playing fair, but you're not allowed to help them out. Like, you're not allowed to help them win, but I want them to win. I want to give them my resources. You can't stop other humans from giving other humans resources if they want them to be the leader, or it will just be another war because people are being super psychotic. This is what it comes down to. We're doing a whole case study on how crypto is being spent on politician elections. Well, hell, I don't know what's next, but I tell you what, it's going to be exciting. Smash that like and share. I think, 31 minutes, right on time. Somebody said it was the Last Supper, or it might be a funeral. There it is. The stock market is a funeral too. Listen, it is about being an exciting week in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Of course, on the overall market, it's going to be an exciting week. You're talking trade wars, tariffs, Bitcoin, ETPs, ETFs for crypto, ATPs for Aptos down there. It's all types of stuff is happening. It's going to be a great week. Can't wait to see what happens, how this administration responds to these CEOs in the crypto market, rotating or revolving and pivoting these funds. Smash a like and share, and we'll find out more.